Hello folks and welcome back to Mindustry. In our last episode here we went and got tar fields, and if we take a look here we have a new one that's blinking for us. We have Impact 0078 along with a couple others here that we haven't done. Nuclear Production Complex and Naval Fortress, which I'm going to stay away from for a little while here. I think today we're just going to do a quick cleanup of tar fields just to make sure we have everything we need, because there was some stuff I wanted to kind of take a look at here, and you can see there's tons of resources. So let's go in here real fast. I'm super excited that we just have this. This makes me unbelievably excited, and that we have all of this stuff here is super cool. I'm just going to roll that in there because I didn't do that for some reason, so that all of this stuff can flow out, go there, and we can load that up so if we do get attacked again, we're okay. Now, some of you mentioned, I don't think it was in the video for this one, but previously, that this essentially here was set up to allow you to learn how to use the coal centrifuges with oil to create coal. Which, yeah, definitely learned that. That's a fun lesson to have here, and I'm pretty happy with this. Taking a look at our energy or our power production here, all of that is moving along beautifully, and then we have some additional stuff that we can mine with there. Our coal over here is just flowing through. We could probably double that up or throw some laser drills on there and do some more stuff with that. We have more oil out here that we could even use to generate more coal. And yeah, we're moving along here. I'm pretty happy with this overall take on stuff. We'll build this parallax back in there. And we're just flowing along here. I'm very happy with where we're at with all of our stuff. And I want to make sure we have loaded up our core fully before we move on anywhere else. If we take a look here, we have, what do we have here? This is our platinum compressor. It's doing its stuff. And I think we're probably going to need to have more of that. So that requires titanium and oil. And you can see there's not a lot of titanium coming here. So what I think we're going to do is spend some time grabbing titanium from here. And then we have oil, and we're going to get some more platinum, I think, is where I want to go with our stuff today. And again, there's still a whole bunch of areas that we just haven't explored down here or done anything with. And I don't think there's too much up here. Oh, there's more titanium up there, which is good. We always have our friend. Oh, we even have more thorium up there, more titanium. Okay, there's a lot we can do here. It's just kind of picking and choosing what we want to do with those areas. So let's go in here and take a look. The first thing I might want to do is go through and add on another one of these MultiPresses, put it somewhere over here. That will output, we can have water come over, and then we'll clean up these and get these to be a little faster, I think. And then maybe we'll do some more stuff. So let's get that going first and see where we're at once we have all of that in place. And I'm going to just speed these up just a little bit, or have the option for them to be sped up because it's going to feed some more stuff here. So we have another MultiPress is going to go right there. We'll have our little split off of that, and that's going to come down and over. And then for water for this, we can have that go there. And we're going to do something like that. And now we have this belt going in being full. So before we do anything else, let's get rid of all of this. And let's get rid of all of this and just see. I know. But let's see where we're at here. I got rid of the illuminator. So let me just put one of those back because I do like how bright they make everything. But let's go in here, and this time we're going to add on a laser drill. So 1 and 2. And 2 of those, I think, if they're fully fed with water, should be more than enough to power this. So I have that part. We are going to do that. We'll have this one come here, and then this can pop over, come down and go in there. And we should see a big increase in the amount of production going there. But we also need to make sure we fully power everything. All right. So you can see that really fills up that pretty quickly. I might just go in here and add a whole bunch of those real fast. Get that to go onto that belt, and that should fill that belt up, and you can see we're already maxing these bad boys out pretty quickly. And taking a look here, we are making sure water is good with all that. So the next thing I want to do is we have Surge Alloy coming incredibly slowly. We could definitely get a whole lot more very easily. I just don't want to do that quite yet. I think that production's going to need to come out here more. And we're probably going to need more lead in some way, shape, or form to fill that up. But before we do that, I definitely have heard the calls of people who say load up on Plastium. And we have 2,100-ish right now. I would like to get more so that we can load up even greater, even faster here. And we might even want to consider putting another one of these in here just to fill that belt up a little more. But I digress. That's going to be a problem for a different time once we get some of this stuff set up here. Oh, and also, what's the phase weaver? What the heck is that? So it's thorium and sand, and it makes phase fabric. I want to explore that first, I think. So bookmark this. We'll come back to that. I'm sorry. I'm like a kid in a candy store when it comes to like ideas. They just kind of pop in there. I want to try stuff, and sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. So let's go in here. Look, see, I'm clicking, holding, dragging, and also look, that was there. Still can't get rid of that stuff. I need to figure out how to do that better. But we're gonna go in with the laser drill that gives us our thorium. We have a water source, so we're not gonna mine or have to do anything for that too crazy. And I don't think we're going to need to have that, but we are going to put that bad boy right there. And we'll do that. Okay, that will give them the water. And phase fabric, I don't know what this actually does for us in the game. So I'm going to make that kind of over, because we have more oil. We could set up a whole production facility for more of the Surge alloy there. So maybe I'll put that, let's just put that down here for right now and see what we need to do with that. I don't know, how much does this stuff require? 4 thorium, it uses 2 per second, and sand. So sand's easy, thorium's a little bit more work, but we can do that. So we're gonna have that come over here, down that way, down over there, and then we're gonna figure out what we want to do here with all this stuff. What I really should do is, nope, not a junction there. What am I doing? I guess it really doesn't matter, but it's not the one I wanted. Alright, what I really should do is just make a thing of that, because that's a pretty common thing I use a lot. And it'll make life a little easier for us long term, probably, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We also need to get sand, so let's go through and drill out here for some sand. I just want to make sure we can get our pathways set up there. So we're going to go in here, get these set, and ready to roll. And then hopefully, gotta get power to them as well. Get power there. And we got those guys set. There should be blazing away with lots and lots and lots of sand. And then we're gonna go through here. Disaster. I don't like these little bump outs here, but that's fine, we're good. So we have something that looks like that, and we're gonna see what that looks like, because I honestly just don't know what this does for us. Alright, we have phase fabric. I'm gonna just have that come back to our core, and wow, there's just so much stuff that has to come back here. So I think we'll be able to get it through this way. And after that, it's a little bit of a mess getting through all of this. So we'll figure that out. We may move all of this production somewhere else. We'll see. But I have a new thing, which is phase fabric. Again, I have no idea what that actually does for us. I think we're going to go this way instead. So bring that over there. Then we'll pop down this way. Go over here. And then we're just going to pop onto that line for right now. Because we're not going to be producing, it just doesn't look like we're going to produce a ton of this stuff right away. It takes a little while, it looks like, to make all of that. So we'll come back to that later. We are going to, oh no, 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 no. This is one thing that drives me crazy, that I always forget, that I need to make sure I take into account, is that bridges, the end of them, is really just a junction, so it can be a problem. Alright, so we have that all coming down. Eventually, this is going to be another route coming down through here, and where we go from there is a little bit of a question mark. We'll probably just bring it through here, and it's not a big deal if we pick up some of this other stuff along the way. But we'll figure that out as we get to it. And the next thing we want to do here is we're going to get some more, not oil extractors. What do I want to do? Oh, what do I want to do? What was the thing we want? Plastium compressors, right? That's oil. Yeah, oil and titanium. That's what we want to have. That's going to exist farther up here just because it's easier to route all that stuff if it's all really close. And pumping wise, what does an impulse pump do? Wow, it's enormous. It produces 40 units per second. And what do these guys use up? The plastium compressors use up 15. But these guys are just huge. Look how giant that is. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, it produces 118 per second. Okay, so you can see it actually gives you the speed. Okay, so that's actually worth it, I think. And our plated conduit, does that do anything special for us? Moves liquid forward, does not accept input from both sides. Link 16. This one is 16. Okay, so this is just stronger, I guess. Oh, hold on. We need to reconfigure all of that because once we get the titanium flowing, that all needs to come in. So how do we want to configure all of this? How do I go down here? So for those of you who've played this game a lot more than I have and have been so kind to leave me comments, are there better setups than this? Because this doesn't look super efficient. I'm not like in love with that setup, but it does kind of work a little bit. It's not the best, I know that, but it does kind of work. So I just kind of want to get a little better pulse on what I should be doing as far as the best methods for all of this stuff. So get these guys going in there. We'll throw on these 1, 2, 3, and a 4. All right, and then as far as the rest of that goes, we should be able to throw on. That one's going to go straight in. That one's going to go straight in. That one's going to go straight in, and that one's going to go straight in. Actually, let's throw that one there, and then this one is going to go. This one's going to come over and then go straight in. Look at that, it's magic. And then we should be able to go on with these guys and produce some extra fun stuff. We'll have that come down here, and over there, and over there, and over there. And right now I'm just experimenting just to see what makes the most sense for what we have to do. Because I don't really know the best method for what we're doing right now. And I'd like to try to get a better hold of all of that stuff, or a better handle on all that stuff, should I say, here as we continue forward. So do that. I'm going to come over and go in there like so. And then we need to get our water lines going into this. Or I guess I could, how much power do we have? We're not actually producing as much power anymore because we're using a whole bunch up here, so I'm not going to do what I was originally thinking, which was throwing on just a couple of water extractors and calling it a day. Alright, so we'll do that. That can come and do our thing right there. And then we're gonna, I think we're just gonna need Well, no, we can just use mechanical pumps, I guess. And once we have them all built, it should show us that we have water or not coming into these. So this one's not getting water currently. So we're just going to fix that problem. And then how do we fix that problem? Let's be dumb. So we have that one. Nope, not that. We'll go there. There we go. All right, now you have water, water, water. It's not the most efficient thing I've ever done, but it's probably not the least efficient either. And I'm sure those of you watching this are pulling your hair out and hating all of this, but that's okay. I'm trying to figure out how to do this better. That's producing significantly more than I thought it would, which is awesome. So I'm not super upset about that. We are going to be super upset about how all of this fits together here. So we got to figure that part out of this next round here, because we're going to start flooding this section, and we need to make sure we have all the things we need for that soon. So Plastium conveyors. I still don't fully understand these things. They transport items forward in batches, accepts items at the back, and unloads them in 3 directions at the front. Okay. That one I don't understand, and okay, so we're going to have to figure out our method through all of here. I'm going to have to try to see if I can find a like a tutorial or something on... Oh, that one's not producing everything it should produce, so we'll get that going there. I'll have to see if I can find a tutorial or some better information on how some of this other stuff is done, because I don't fully understand that. But let's see, how can I bring that across? So I think we should be able to go right through here. And that's not going to mess with anything. Alright, that should allow us to bring all of that stuff straight down into the core. And I'm just going to, let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. We're backing way up there. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go through here, and we're going to pop that out. And we should be able to have that support itself and get a whole bunch more phase fabric. Or not phase fabric, whatever, plastium, as we're producing that. I think I'm probably going to throw on... Oh, we're using up power. Look at us. We have 1.4 million units of power stored up. That's not enough for us, so we're going to need some more here. So let's go ahead and get that part of this taken care of. In power, we're going to go in for another thorium reactor. Pipe in some nice cold cryo fluid into it. And then once it's cryo-fluided up, if that's the correct term, we should be able to go through and start producing even more stuff. Alright, so we have that. Throw that on there. If our cryo-fluid is holding mostly solid there, it's starting to go up a little, which is good. You're producing cryo-fluid. If this area blows up, we're kind of in trouble. So I probably am going to throw on an additional cryo-fluid mixer here. That's in factories, correct? Yeah, there it is. So we're probably going to do another cryo-fluid mixer. We will put on a junction there, and we will put on a router there. Oh, it needs water too. Duh. Alright, how do I want to do that? Oh, no, it has water. What do you need? You have that? Don't have water. Why don't you have water? Alright, so we're just going to throw on that and that. There we go. And now all those tanks are full. We have extra power. We're doing our job. And why is that slowing down? Oh, oops. That should be going that way. I thought I got away with it. I did not. Alright, so I need to fix this part here. Which is not a big mistake. It's a mistake, but not a big one. There we go. Alright. See, the routing in this game can be fun, but also a little dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, which clearly I'm struggling with. I would like to up our silicon production. If we take a look at our numbers here, we're good on copper, lead, even graphite, and metaglass we're doing good on. Even titanium, we're way up. Thorium, for some reason, we have 9,000 of that. I don't care about scrap, but silicon is down, and we also have our plastium is starting to go up. Even our surge. Oh wow, we actually have a lot of phase fabric. Cool. But let's take a look here at our silicon production. We had 2 of those, I believe. There's a spot over here, if I'm not mistaken. I very well could be mistaken. I thought there's a spot we were making more of it. Maybe not. And then we have our little factory up here, which is not much of a factory and could probably do with some more love. So let's take a look here. If we go into the silicon crucible, what all does that require? It's coal, sand, and pyrite. Now see, the problem is I don't want to make more pyrite because it's just more work. So we're not going to worry about that quite yet. We're just going to use up the rest of this coal here. And then once we have that, we're going to throw on 1 more of those just to help speed up our production in that area. And I think we'll be able to also speed up with the help of some faster sand going into all of this. So that all looks good. Get that bad boy in there. This one is going to come straight across like so. And then we're just going to get these guys set up to go on the fast lane. Oh, we already have the fast lane pretty much set up there. So we'll do that. Let's get our routers in here, 1 and 2. And now we should at least hopefully be able to make that stuff a little faster. It's not the best. It's not the worst either. And our overall power production is back down again. Luckily, we can solve that problem pretty easily. We're going to use steam generators this go around. Although the differential generator, what does that produce? Wow. We put pyrite and cryofluid together, it produces a tremendous amount of power. I think we might explore that a little bit as well. I think we did that in our not our last video, the one before that. I think we did something like that. But I am going to throw some steam generators on here just to make sure we get the base level stuff set up there. Make sure we have the pulse conduit there just to ensure that we can carry over all of the things we need to carry over. And then we should be getting power output here, hopefully soon. Why are you struggling with water production? Alright, so we're going to need a bigger pump there. Let's go with an impulse pump. Just going to throw that up there. And once we get that one in there, it's powered. Now we should not have any water problems. Yeah, look at that, returning so quickly. That's beautiful. So, we have, I think, all of the resources that we know how to make being made right now. We do have this little positive feedback loop where it's going around and just getting stored in here, which is fine, because it means a lot of this stuff is eventually going to make its way back to us. Basically everything that we make is going to do a loop here, and half it's going to go back, and then it's going to kind of loop through, but we are going to lose stuff here. And we'll just load up on that. But that's fine. I'm okay with that for right now. I do want to take a look at the tech tree and research because I don't think we took a look in here last time. Or at least we haven't done it for a little while. So we have a phase conveyor. This instantly transports items over terrain or buildings. Longer range than the bridge item, but requires power. Okay. That sounds fun. What does that unlock for us? A mass driver. Long range item, the transport structure collects batches of items and shoots them to other mass. That's awesome. Cool. Let's research that. All right. I'm feeling good about that. We have phase conduit. It transports liquid over terrain or buildings. Longer range than the bridge conduit, but requires power. Cool. All right, so we're unlocking some cool stuff here. What do we got up here? This is a large logic display board. Displays arbitrary graphics from a logic processor. Okay, we just don't have a lot of phase fabric for those things. What is all this? An impact reactor. This creates a massive amount of power at peak efficiency, requires a significant power to help kickstart the process. Cool. We need more surge alloy to do that. And then we need an RTG generator. This uses the heat of decaying radioactive compounds to produce energy at a slow rate. What does that mean? So we put in thorium and phase fabric, and it produces 2.7. Okay, that's kind of cool. Over here, we have phase wall, which protects structures from enemy projectiles reflecting bolts upon impact. Cool. We have a segment, which I don't think I've ever seen or heard about before. It damages and destroys incoming projectiles. Laser projectiles are not targeted. Cool. So that's like a super good defensive thing. Hey, we finally have our large solar panels. We've seen them a lot in throughout a lot of the areas. We have not gotten at that. So we need more phase fabric for that. And then our foreshadow is almost there. We just need another 1,000, and we have that. Down in this area, we have an experimental reconstructor. What does that do? Oh, look at the inputs and outputs of this thing. Oh my gosh. Upgrades units to the 4th tier. But, okay. So, this is kind of a... We're gonna stick here for a little bit. I may cut some of this a little short just for time's sake, because I don't want you to watch me just build without any... Like, the fighting's fun. And just watch me build like an idiot for long periods of time probably is not the funnest thing in the world. But I do want to figure out how all of this cool stuff works. So I think my next thing that I want to do right now, before we move forward, is add on some more of these, because I am super interested in phase fabric, especially with all of the stuff it unlocks. It's a lot of stuff that it potentially gives us here. We just need to be able to like afford it. So put those in again. These things, how much power they use? 300 power a second. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's a lot of power. So we're gonna bring another 900 things of power on board here, and that's okay. It's doing its thing, and we're producing lots of phase fabric. The only thing we're lacking in now. Oh no, we're good on all fronts here. We just don't have enough sand. So we might actually have to mine out for some additional sand here, just to be able to satisfy our use of all this stuff. So I'm gonna put that in there like that. I'm gonna get a water extractor right there, put another one there, and then we can have that flow in there, and those should be able to help us produce a lot more. It looks something like that, and these guys are not full, but they're getting better. We're using more. And we're falling behind on thorium now. So man, oh man, we really just kickstarted a whole bunch of stuff there. Where's all the new stuff we got at? So we have launch pads, vaults, which I should add some more vaults around our core. Probably not going to be a bad idea. Okay, there is our mass driver again. So it uses power and item capacity 120 at range of 55 blocks. Okay, so it can. Oh, you can actually see the range. So you can actually. What I think is kind of cool if it works the way I want. Like, you see how there's this big impasse here? I could throw like one of these like right here, and then another one somewhere out here, and have all that stuff feed in there, and it will transport those items hopefully relatively quickly. So let's go in here, and what do I want to do? I think I want some vaults going around, but before I do that, I want to see if there's any other cores. So the core nucleus. Oh, we do have another core that we could put on here if we wanted to. Sure, let's do that. So some big old cores now. We have all of that doing its thing. Could very easily add another one here and then have that loop back in. That might not be a bad idea just because we have the availability. There's no reason not to right now, I don't think. Well, other than power production, which we're doing a good job of varying back and forth on. But here we could very easily throw in some more thorium and grab more production. So let's do that real fast. Go with the thorium. This is just kind of getting stupid at this point. But at least we're out of space for this, so it can't get any stupider. I say now. I'm sure I can make it stupider. So I'll wait till that gets all of its stuff. Our levels are staying nice and consistent and slowly going back up in that tank. Power levels are back up where I want them to be. And we're looking pretty nice on that. Alright. So I think we're going to expand our MultiPress to just be one more. So we go in here, get our MultiPress. That's going to feed up this way and in. We will put that bad boy right there. And then we can feed that over here. Down, and we'll put that right in there. Okay, and then we're gonna have to speed this whole line up because it's too slow right now. There we go. Okay. Now that may or may not stay full the whole time. As you can see, it's already starting to gap out a little bit, but that's fine. It's doing what we need it to do to get close to full on that. So we talked about pyrite a little bit because we can do more with silicon if we do that. And what was the other thing we got? We got this phase conveyor. So how far can I go with that? Oh, wow. We can actually go pretty darn far. So like this whole bridge would have been from there to there. Just one jump on that, but it uses power. How much, does it say how much power it uses? 18. Okay, so it's really it's not a big impact on the overall health of our electricity system. What is a much bigger impact right now is that we don't have any coal. We can make more coal. I'm not going to, but I could. Because most of our power production is not dependent on this. No, it seems like... Yeah, it's not really super dependent on the steam generators. This is where our love is coming from with that. And we could very easily throw some more cryofluid stuff here and make a whole nother line of energy production there. We should probably protect that a little better, but we're not going to right now. Oh, I did have another silicon production area. I knew I did. I just couldn't remember where it was at. Why don't you have any drill speed? All right, let me just see if... Increasing that. Yeah, there we go. All right. So I'm really tempted to go in and put another one of these in there. Just kind of have an offshoot from here going somewhere over there. Another offshoot maybe like here and bring that across. And then another offshoot somewhere down here and bring it around. That's not a terrible idea with Surge. I don't know what Surge all does. But taking a look at our tech tree, We actually don't need that much of it. Big thing we need is phase fabric to be able to really start making some higher tier units. This was a poor choice of spending money on that. Let's see what else we have here. Alright, so we need 155 more of Surge Alloy, and then we have our Foreshadow, a segment. I'm really excited about that. We're close on that one. Phase wall we can do, and a large phase wall we can almost do. No! No, no! No, 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 no. That's not what I meant to do. Just clicking around and messed up. Okay, so what all did I screw up there? Okay, I need to fix all of that because I screwed that whole thing up pretty nicely there. So, is that all it was? Maybe. Hopefully that's all I screwed up. Oh, I did do this damage right there. That's okay. That's not too much damage. So, like, for this phase conveyor, can I go? Man, I can look at that. I can go all the way. That's awesome. I'm really excited about that one. Am I putting my hopes in wrong places here, or are we okay? All right. Right now, we just need to let our resources come in. So I'm going to let the game just kind of do its thing for a little bit. I'm probably just going to fly around and do some improvements and try to make like more of these things. But you can see we're getting most of the resources we need right now. We could use some more titanium up here, so maybe we'll just throw in another laser drill area. And then from there we can call it a day, evening, or whatever it is that you're watching this with me on. So we're just gonna make sure we have that. Oh, I can't go across the oil. Interesting. It's not like water where you can just kind of span it. Alright, so we'll do that. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of these two just for a hot second. I know I'm spilling oil. I apologize. I'm a terrible person. Let me fix it. There we go. Okay. I'll bring some power across. Like so. And now we have some additional titanium that will hopefully help this feed even more, because you can see some of these are lacking titanium. The last two here are not operating at peak efficiency, so hopefully we can get them up and running even better and get some more efficiency going with them. There we go. Alright, now we're at peak efficiency. We're good there. And I think the only other thing I'm going to do, or not for this video, but eventually I want to add on some, what do we see? We need more thorium up there. So the thorium that's coming down here, I think I'm going to shoot it up on there. So we're going to do an inverted sorter. Go there. And we're going to use thorium. And that's going to head up this way. And then you can see that I really just want to use some of this stuff for like the first time. Look how cool that is. Oh, you have to power both ends. Okay. But we'll do that. Bring these guys up here. Like so. And then we can flow those guys in there and just help this get made even faster, hopefully, because we have some of these that aren't being used. They use a lot of thorium. So 4 thorium for every time we want to make that's a lot. But I think we're in good shape. So I think I'm going to leave it here. and we'll figure out our next steps. And you can see that just by taking that thorium off, we open up a whole new belt of stuff that we can do with that. But that's going to be a problem for another time. Folks, thank you so much for joining me here as we kind of went through and tried to figure out what we wanted to do with this sector. Trying to get production maximized so that I can take a look at Impact 0078. We can look at nuclear production and then naval fortress. And I don't know how many named sectors there still are. Taking a look here, it shows that we have to capture 008 to get that. And we have some of these other ones kind of there. So I don't know. But I want to make sure I'm able to unlock all of this other stuff. So I want to get the next round here. These guys, I don't really care about these because I don't know how to use them yet. But I want to get the impact reactor, the RTG generator, the large solar panels, and all of this stuff. Do we have enough for this at least right now? There we go. Now we have a force which uses surge alloy and does tremendous amounts of damage. But it must be cooled, it says, right? Yeah. Or, no, it doesn't have to be cooled. It just uses a lot of power. So it uses ammo and power. Awesome. I want to take a look at the segment and all this other stuff. I think we should have enough for large phase wall. No, we still don't have enough for that. All right. So that's going to leave us off here today, folks. Thanks for joining me in Tar Fields. Hopefully we'll have a little more action here next time. But I like to go through and try to take what we had and hopefully make it better. And I maybe accomplish parts of that today. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you later. Have a good one.